my name is Grace Ashley, and today I'm going to be talking about population growth as well as the economic, environmental, and cultural consequences. A quote from Danny Filipenko in 2024 from Developmental Aid states that on November 15, 2020, the global population reached a new milestone of 8 billion people. However, according to experts, this number is expected to increase even further, hitting 8.5 billion in just 8 years. This is a rapid increase that we've never seen Earth support before. So some questions I'm going to be answering today are: what are the environmental, economic, and cultural consequences of this? Environmental, we've already seen a lot of it. Deforestation, pollution, a lack of natural resources, and overcrowding. Economically, this puts a heavy demand on certain professions like healthcare and agriculture to support enough for this growing population. It also puts a heavy demand on resources in general, causing more of a supply and demand aspect, which can be both positive and negative for the economy. Some cultural repercussions of this are also positive and negative. Competition for natural resources is one of those negative ones, and affirmative, having the need to cooperate because of this competition, as well as having more people and more minds to focus on sustainable solutions. There's a famous quote from Gandhi that states, "The world has enough for everyone's needs, but not everyone's greed." I certainly agree with this. With rapid growth, there's also rapid demand for natural resources. As we know, when this happens, there is kind of a mentality of every man for himself. And this can be seen in the tragedy of the commons, where every man is trying to get the most out of the natural resources, not knowing that what is good for all of us is good for the individual as well. I believe we're inherently selfish creatures, so if something doesn't change drastically, then the natural resources will not be able to sustain all of us. Now, this doesn't mean population control as they did in China in 1971. That's from NPR in 2021. I believe we have rights to live and reproduce if that's our calling, and the government saying or putting a cap on those rights, I think, is ethically and inherently wrong. I think the government enforcing policies like that can also have extreme economic devastations. From the same article from NPR in 2021, Emily Fang states, "According to the census conducted last year, the population is aging and there is fewer young children and working age people, a major demographic shift that comes with its own economic strains." Because of this policy implemented by the Chinese government, there's nobody to take care of the elderly, and they have less working class people to sustain their economy. Although I think government implementing population control legislation like they did in China is both unethical and a violation of human rights, I believe strong legislation for sustainable living, specifically on corporations and manufacturers, could be the solution. We have never dealt with a population of this size and don't know how the Earth is going to respond to it. So I think planning now and cooperating now is the only solution and chance that we have. Thank you for listening, and I would love to hear some other comments. Thank you.